Welcome to this series where I take Classic The Rock from 2021 and try to throw it against the field of decks that you will probably see at your local scene as well. So stay tuned and watch some The Rock. Now for the second game in the series, and this time around I am playing against Thomas, who brings a new deck to every tournament, it seems like, but here we get a glimpse of his hand and sees, well, this is Replenish. No, sorry, this is of course not Replenish, but there is a Replenish in the deck. This is Enchantress. He played Enchantress at the Danish Nationals, but had to leave early and maybe wasn't finished with the deck. So that is what he brought here. This tournament takes place like a month after or 2 months after Nationals. But here it's clear to me as well that with my Duress that I am facing off against Enchantress, and he has an anchor, so to say, in hand with his Enchantress, so he can develop his board now. And I don't know if my deck is supposed to win this or 50-50 here, but I am always afraid of this kind of deck because it can snowball out of control so quickly. I develop my mana with a Wall of Roots and pass the turn back. But I think if I can get Deed into play and manage to kill his stuff, I'm in a good spot because most of his stuff is 3 mana or less, and my creature package is 4 mana or more. So I do have a fighting chance, but developing a clock here with a Baloth. So 4 mana for a Baloth, but I am aware of that wave over there, so I'm not sure if this is the correct play. But nonetheless, that is the play I made. And I even saw that he had tons of lands in hand to cast it. And he will get a draw off of it as well. So nice way of making sure that Thomas gets a lot of value from that wave there. But let's see, is that the card that he chooses to play? Or does he have something else up his sleeve? Not that he's cheating or anything, but does he have another play to make here that makes more sense, maybe? I'm not sure. Nope, that is the wave online here. And forgot to draw here, Thomas. You forgot to draw, and I forgot to mention it because this is a friendly tournament. There's nothing, or there was a Psych Attack and also Psych Attack on the line, but from my own collection. But nonetheless, we should have known that he needed to draw a card from that. He takes the Baloth, of course, just packs it underneath the wave, and I cycle a Barrymore. And 3 mana to cycle a Krosan Tusker. So Krosan Tusker, for the longest time, it wasn't really played. People thought that it was like a sort of a get it to the graveyard and put it back into play with Recurring Nightmare kind of card. But getting to draw 2 cards for 3 mana and fixing your mana situation in green is that's a good card. Not sure how many you could fit into a deck, but getting to draw 2 cards from 1 card in green is not something we see a lot of in Premodern. Well, except maybe Silver Library, but that costs life. And this one also goes under standstill. It's an effect, it's not casting a card. Okay, so he just continues to develop his mana and develop his board with now a presence. So now he gets 2 draws per enchantment that he plays. Maybe a seal comes down here. Not sure. Or it's just, is it a Sterling Grove? Okay, if I could drop a land and a deed and pop that deed for 3, I would be in such a good shape here. But it doesn't look like I have that sort of play from the cards in hand, since I would have definitely slammed it if I had it. But what will it be? 2 mana, just a wall. He can take that and give it back to me with the wave. I'm fine with that. And a Recurring Nightmare. Activating Recurring Nightmare. Yeah, this is what I talked about. The ability to get it into play with Recurring Nightmare is, of course, quite nice. It's a 6/5 creature, but it's not necessary to get it into play just for getting value out of it. I think value comes from the way it fixes your mana, especially in enemy colors like the rock. If you have black and green, you don't have a fetch for that in this format. So getting to fix your mana is important. Okay, 2 mana. Yikes. 2 mana Opalescent. Yikes. And now this doesn't look good here. Yeah, he removes itself like the wave. It's a creature now. Then he sort of do it one by one, removing one of my creatures with the ability on the stack. He removes itself and then it comes back. So my creatures are gone forever. And then he swings. And I'm at 12 and he has some cards online here for him to... Okay, Blastoderm... Yeah, I guess it's a blocker, but I can't trade because he can just remove whatever it blocks, and then the combat damage doesn't really happen. And I guess he knows, so he should definitely just keep attacking here. I'm under such, well, a lot of pressure. This is not a good spot to be in, and from my side here, I do have, well, I don't have a way out here, because if I play down a deed, let's say I play down the deed for 3 of my 5 mana, he could just straight up remove it and force me to pop it for 1. Then if I get another land, I can pop it for 2, but that's still not enough because he has a 4/4 creature that blinks itself, so I can't do a lot here. I could draw a Naturalize to kill the Opalescence. Okay, he ships a turn. He should have attacked here. Definitely he should have attacked. I guess he's afraid of that Shroud, but yeah, he can also just wait it out. I think I'm toast here unless he well, lets me develop my mana. I don't know why I'm pointing at the presence here. I am. Maybe I'm swearing at it, calling it all sorts of stuff. Maybe I'm just amazed of this deck. It is a nice deck. I think it's a good deck. It's sort of a well, play with yourself kind of deck. There's not a lot of interaction, and your main goal is to get your draw engine online. But against my fair the rock deck, I guess that is an easy way to, well, put me in a bad situation at least. Okay, Duress. What is going on over there? Do you have anything? Yeah, you have 3 lands, and you have Confinement and another wave. Confinement would also have been super bad. He has so much mana in play. Sterling Grove is sacrificed. He finds a glary card here. What could it be? What could it be? Oh, it's a Mirror's Guile. Nice card, for sure. Very nice card. Well, you can comment down below and maybe tell us what you would have played in this situation. Using the exploration to play down 2 lands, playing the Mirror's Guile, drawing 2 cards. And thinking for a bit, moving it out of the glare spot so that we can kind of see that it's a Mirror's Guile, and place down another. No, that's an exploration. So it has another land drop here. A fetch. Okay, sure. Sure thing. And what then? Just attack maybe? Yeah, playing down so many cards compared to what I've put into play here. Okay, putting down another wave. And then goes to combat. Swing for 3, 6, 10, 10 damage. Swings for 10 here. And as I said, he can just remove whatever card is removed, and yeah, he does so. Don't know. Well, I talked over what happens here, but he removes itself, or he removes it self, yeah, and then it comes back into play. But it's tapped, and I sort of just picks up my stuff. This was the game. If you are playing MTGO or Magic the Gathering online and are using a rental service, or if you want to do that, I have a link in the description for a referral and a coupon code which makes you get 30% off on your next subscription. So consider that, and onto the video. Game 2, we're just setting up the dice here and drawing some starting hands, maybe some functional ones. I do have more Naturalize effects and Tranquil Domain effects. So there is a fighting chance for me, and also the Deed. The Deed is such a great card against sort of a go wide strategy kind of deck here. I start up with a tapped Treetop, of course, and he plays Exploration and drops another land. So another tapped land for me, a Tranquil Thicket. So a lot of tranquil stuff here. The cycling land from Onslaught, which cycles for 1 colored mana. And he plays a Presence and 2 lands. 3 mana, Plague. Yeah, he, of course, yeah, I put in Plague again. Just as in the Elves matchup, it can do work here, but only if it's the correct anchor that he puts into play. And here he puts down the enchantment one, and this only handles the creature one, the one for 2 mana. So of course it's the fastest one that it kills, but it's not the one he has. That is the beauty of playing narrow answers. And he plays down some glare stuff and draws 2 cards. Okay, ship the turn, and yeah, the Enchantress is killed, and I go to swing. Putting down a land and maybe another creature. Another creature, a Blastoderm. So maybe this could be enough. This could actually close down the game if I get a few more turns. The Plague plus Blastoderm is enough damage before the Blastoderm goes away for good. But Wave is a concern, because Wave will shut down all of my hopes and dreams for this matchup. I do have the possibility to get Deed still. Deed is nice in this spot. He doesn't look like he has answers for it. Maybe he's just keeping an answer in hand. So maybe keeping a Seal of Cleansing in hand. So if I drop the Deed, he can force me to pop it too low, with too low of an X cost. Okay, puts down another one and gets to draw from it as well. Knows that it's gone if it goes to my turn. Sterling Grove can fetch a wave, which solves all of his problems. So that is a concern. A huge concern, actually. Because in my turn, he will take 5 plus 2 plus 1. He will take 8 damage. Maybe I can swing with Treetop, so he takes 11 damage. But that's not nearly enough for him to die here. Opalescence. Okay, now I take that back. I can definitely not just swing with all my creatures. Okay, so when we go to my turn, 2 of his things he will die. And we each take 1, so he is at 15. 15. If I swing with Blastoderm, and he can jump with Sterling Grove and fetch for the wave in response, or not in response, but before damage is dealt, negating the attack. He can also double block with his presences, but that would be kind of stupid because there's already 1 damage on each of them, so they will both go down. Don't think that will matter. Now correcting dice here, so 3 5 dice, 5-eyed dice. Okay, I do swing. He blocks with Sterling Grove, it looks like. At least he moved it to the side and kind of forward. Okay, so he blocks like that. And uses the Sterling Grove. He could probably find something. No, he finds the wave. I was like, there must be some kind of tricks he can do, but the wave is clearly what takes me out of this game all in all. It answers all of my stuff, except maybe Tranquil Domain, but yeah, and they trade. We take 1. Not the best attack here, but I guess I got rid of some stuff and forced him to do something about that Sterling Grove. Another land, and I ship the turn. So what can you do here, Thomas? What can you do? You can draw a wave and play it down and take it easy and just win slowly but surely. That is a way to do it. Mirror's Guile. Draw. Sort of a little cantrip action. And with Serra's Sanctum. With Serra's Sanctum in play, Mirror's Guile is just free to play. You tap 1 mana, you get down an enchantment, and it taps for 1 additional white mana. So it's free. 3 mana. 4 mana, sorry. Yeah, the wave. And a draw. And now Thomas knows about the way to stop a Blastoderm. It has like a counter. Okay, both are creatures now. Both are creatures. So he can attack for 7. No, the Mirror's Guile doesn't have haste. Nope. Yeah, so 7. And that's puts me at 10. Puts me at 10 here. So I'm definitely dead next turn, unless I can draw something that can get me out of this. No, attack Treetop. And I'm trying to search through my hand to find a Tranquil Domain to play and get rid of all his enchantments. Maybe I'll find it, maybe I won't. It's a handshake, and Thomas won this 2-0. Beautifully played. Man, it's such a strong deck here, and the rock is just too outdated, I guess. But 2-0 for Thomas.